Good morning. This is a Yeshua website. It's connected with Covenant of Promise. I'm Pip. I woke up this morning with this from the Father to read. So it's Jeremiah 15:15, and it says, it's Jeremiah's prayer. So it says, "O Jehovah, thou knowest and remember me, and visit me, and revenge me of my persecutors. Take me not away in thy long suffering. Know that for thy sake I have suffered rebuke." That's not to go into captivity, I would imagine, because this was the time of the Babylonians, when the Israel was and Judah were not doing what they were supposed to do. They were steeped in idolatry, sacrificing their babies to Moloch and being very evil in every way. They married foreign women and took on their gods, basically. So, and it says here that this has really touched me this morning. Thy words were found, and I did eat them, and thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of my heart. How many people feel like that when they read the word? That it was like a scroll, and it was just taken over and consumed by what was written. And I've seen many people that are consumed with the word, that have just been so faithful stewards. The watchmen on the wall, they're incredible. They're watching out for us and teaching us. And are we listening? That is why I'm asking this question. Are we listening to the watchman? Are we doing what Father asks us to do in His word? Okay, it says, the words were found, and I did eat them, and thy word was unto me joy and rejoicing in my heart. For I am called by thy name, O Jehovah, or Yehovah, Father of hosts. Now his name is revealed in Exodus 6 to Abraham, to Isaac and Jacob. He was called the Almighty, or El Shaddai, and other names, I can't remember. But to Moses, his true name was revealed, Yehovah. And the Son's name is in the name of the Father, which is salvation, Yehovah, salvation, which is Yeshua, not Jesus or any other name. He's not known by any other name, only Yehovah and Yeshua. As many said, many will come in his name. There are many churches, and they've all got different doctrines and different theology, but none of them will come in his name, because his name is the Word, and it was the Word that became flesh on Mount Horeb. There was a covenant made with Israel on Mount Horeb. It was a wedding contract. It was called the ketubah in Hebrew. It's when Moses gone up to Mount Sinai, and the 10 Commandments were written by the finger of Jehovah. And that touched me. I don't know if anyone's read about that, where Moses is up the mountain and the children at the bottom of the mountain in Horeb, the holy place. Take your shoes off, this is the Holy Land, as he said to Elijah. And it was where Moses saw the burning bush, was at Mount Horeb. So there's a big difference between Mount Horeb and Mount Sinai. You can read it in Deuteronomy 4 to 9. And it was the 10 Commandments given to us. So I'm just going to go to, let me just flip back to Deuteronomy, because that's just popped into my spirit. Very difficult to hold the phone and read at the same time. Let me just, I'm going to Deuteronomy 18:18, and I'm going to briefly tell you this. It's from, Deuteronomy 18, let me go from 14. 18:14. For though these nations which thou shalt possess hearken unto observes of times and unto diviners, but as for thee, Lord thy Jehovah Father has not suffered thee to do. The Lord Jehovah will raise up unto thee a prophet, capital P, from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him you shall hearken, according to all that he desireth of Jehovah thy Father in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not fear again the voice of the Lord Jehovah, neither let me see the great fire any more, that I die not. And Jehovah said unto me, They have well spoken that which they have spoken, and I will raise up them a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee. And I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words which he shall speak in my name, I will require of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, of that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And that's talking about the church today, that are talking about Jesus, which his name is not Jesus. Do your homework, please. Go and look on this. You know, it said information will expand, knowledge will expand, and you can see, you can go into books and read about how they changed his name by Constantine in the what was it? Well, I don't know what century it was, 3 something BC. I don't know. But he changed their names, and he changed the times and the seasons. He changed the calendars, and he changed everything. He was the devil incarnate, and he absolutely changed everything. So I'm speaking to you to do your homework, not be angry, be a good Berean, go and do your research, line upon line, precept upon precept, and you will learn. Anyway, let's go back to Jeremiah, because this is what Father was speaking to me about this morning. It really touched my heart, because Jeremiah was called by his name. And the question is, are you called by his name? Do you really know the Father? Do you really know the Son? Do you have knowledge of him? And do you have an understanding of his word? Because the church today really doesn't. They read a couple of lines, cherry pick, and they just go from there. And they're deceiving the whole world. They're deceiving the absolute whole world. Isn't that terrible? And it said they shall surely die because they're false prophets. Okay, let's go back to here. It said, My words were found, and I did eat them. Thy word was unto me the joy and the rejoicing of my heart. For I am called by thy name, O Jehovah of hosts. Called by his name. Wow. I sat not in the assembly of the mockers, nor rejoiced. I sat alone because of thy hand, for thou hast filled me with indignation, with a wrath. Father filled him with the wrath because his children had gone after other gods, and these were going to bring them to death. And can you imagine if your child gone into drug addiction and all these sorts, and sleeping with prostitutes and doing all sorts of things? Would you not be so angry? You think, I brought them up, I knitted them together in my womb, I fed them, I clothed them, and they've gone astray. Can you imagine how that's a father who says, I sing over my children, I gather them together like a mother gathers her hens, little chicks. A mother hen gathers her little chicks. And that's how he thinks about us. And everything he's telling us not to do, there's a reason behind it, because it leads there. Okay. Why is my pain perpetual and my wounds incurable, which refuses to be healed? He's talking about his body, and we are his body, and we are incurable. And the wounds that we have, we are wounds that are not healing. We're not calling on the Father, we're not doing his commandments. The 10 commandments were given to us in Mount Horeb on the Holy Land, on the holy ground, as a wedding contract. But they broke we broke the wedding contract. We went after other gods, we sacrificed our children to Moloch, and he then smashed them. Moses threw them to the ground. But those 10 commandments went into the Ark of the Covenant, into the Ark. And they carried that Ark with the 10 commandments around. But then, which the law that the church is telling us not to listen to, they have confused it with the 10 commandments, because the law that was given on Mount Sinai was for transgression. Once the tables of stone were broken, the contract was broken between us and our Father. It was over and done with. And he brought a law which was for transgression, that it was so hard on the people that all these different laws, 613 different laws, and to stone someone if they were even picking up sticks on the Shabbat, they were so hard. Then Yeshua came to refresh that covenant. He died on the cross to refresh the covenant, to tell you that we should be doing the 10 commandments, because he is the word. He is the 10 commandments. And that's what we should follow. To follow the 10 commandments and do his word. How many times do you hear someone say, oh, I'm a light to his feet and a lamp to his pathway? And if you go into Proverbs 6, see if I can find it. Let me just get it. Sorry. Takes a little while. So here we go. Found it. Proverbs 6. Where are we? Proverbs 6. For your commandment is a lamp. Your commandment is a lamp, and the law is the light. And reproof of instruction are the way of life. Do you get that? So the lamp to your feet and the light to your pathway, which is many times I've heard people quote in church. He's not talking about a lamp that you carry in your hand and a lamp and a light at your feet. He's talking about the word being the light. There's no lamp. It's the word is the light. It's the virgins with the oil in their lamp. It's the commandments. And when we are doing his will, we will be children. We will be at the wedding feast of the Lamb. We are, all the time, righteousness is talked about. What is righteousness? And if we go to Psalms 119, let's go there now, just to refresh people. By the way, that's another one. Psalms 119. Here we go. It says, it's 121. 119. 119, 169. I'm going from 169. It says, Let my cry come near before thee, O Lord Jehovah. Give me understanding according to your word. This is a prayer we should be praying. Let my supplication come before thee. Deliver me according to thy word. Deliver me according to your commandments. My lips shall utter praise when thou hast taught me thy statutes. That's the royal law, that's the covenant of promise, and that is the rainbow covenant, which is eating clean. Don't eat pork. Don't do Christmas, Easter, because these aren't of the Father. Do your homework on Easter. It's Moloch. It's where they sacrifice their babies to him. You put them on Satan Claus's lap. And when you do this, you're sacrificing your children. You sit your children on the lap celebrating the 25th of December, which is a Moloch day. It's Tammuz's birthday. It's very evil, and you are sacrificing, you are dedicating your children to the devil, to be sacrificed. You wonder why your children are sick, you wonder why children are disappearing, because they are celebrating these feasts, and these feasts are not to be celebrated by those that do his commandments. Eat clean and do his commandments. Now let me carry on. Let my supplication come before thee, deliver me according to thy word. My lips shall utter praise when thou hast taught me thy statute. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all the commandments are righteousness. All the commandments are righteousness. Let thine hand help me, for I have chosen thy precepts. This is David crying out to the Father for truth, to know his word, to know the Father, to know the Son, to have an understanding heart. Do you know, my son said to me the other day, he said, Mum, the other day when Arsenal won, it's the happiest day of my life. And I looked at him and I thought, oh my God, to a game of football that will be the happiest day of his life. What can I say? I'm just lost for words. Happiest day of his life that Arsenal have won the cup or something. My children perish through lack of knowledge. And I never knew the commandments and couldn't teach them to my child when he was young. It said, teach your mothers diligently, teach your children the commandments, my word. If we diligently teach them, do you know, if you told your daughters not to commit adultery, there's two kinds of adultery in the Bible. There's adultery that they sleep with married men, or they cheat on their husbands or wives. And there's the adultery that we actually do when we go after other gods. And football is one. That's his God. My son is his God. But praise Father that he has grace. And that is the grace means the divine conviction of the heart. So when someone says, oh, he has grace for me, he puts that conviction on your heart. When you're doing the Ten Commandments, and I tell you that is so true, because there are things I haven't repented over, or I hadn't repented over. And he reminded me. He reminded me of everything I've ever done. Like the woman at the well in John 5. To say, oh my God, that's me. I ran after all other gods than I did. I was the woman at the well. But her father was Jacob. And our father is Jacob. We are Jacob. We are the children. We are Israel. And that's another teaching, and it's superb. This is exciting. Get excited that we have a Father that reproves us and chastises us to show us the way. When everything's going wrong for you, ask yourself, is it what I'm doing the truth? Am I doing what is right in his sight? Am I doing the 10 Commandments? And to love thy Father with all thy heart and all thy soul and all thy innermost being. That's the first commandment. But to love thy neighbour as you love yourself. Who is your neighbour? You know, what did Cain say about Abel? I'm not my brother's keeper. That's exactly what's happening today. Judah have written off Israel and said, I'm not my brother's keeper. But he is. Because they had the knowledge, the foreknowledge and the understanding, but they hid it from us. It's all been hidden. In the Bible, it's hidden. But that manna comes into fruition and when we start doing his commandments. We start looking for the lost. We go into the church and tell them that the name of their Messiah is Jesus, but the real Messiah is Yeshua. He's not God. And the church will tell you he's God. How can he be God? He's the Son of God. He came as the Word from Father to come and teach us. Because when he speaks of the Word, he says, I am my Father and I am one. I am in him and he is in me. And when we do the same. He is in us. Okay, let me just carry on with this. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. So his commandments are righteousness. So when it says they are righteous, they're upstanding there, and they're unrighteous, and if they're unrighteous, they're not doing the commandments. if they're righteous, they're doing the commandments. That is the difference. There's a huge difference. I have longed for thy salvation, O Jehovah, and thy law is my delight. Not the sacrificial law, not doing the feast, not having that burden put upon you, but doing the 10 Commandments, which is easy. If you love me, if my sister loved me, she wouldn't steal my purse. She wouldn't sleep with my husband. She wouldn't take from me. She wouldn't be, covetousness, thinking, oh, I want her stuff. These come from the heart. He said, I will put my laws in your heart. I will take away that stony heart. What is that stony heart? That's the 10 Commandments that are written on stone, that are just written on stone, that is not in your heart. But he will put them in your heart, that you will go around the world teaching your brother and sister to love one another. Be it, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, they all could possibly be the children of the Most High. They've got wrapped up in different religions and different stuff, and the church has took my light from me. I went into the church, I was so excited. I was so excited, I just was like, I want to know the word, I want to learn it. But when I started to read the Bible, they blew that light out. I had to come into their authority. I had to become a member. I had to bow down to them. I had to bow down to them. Why? Because they were taking away the light. We have one Father, one Son, and we follow Yeshua. He is not God. He is the Father. But he's not the Father. He's the Son of Jehovah, our Father. And that's what the church teaches us. It's starting to rain now, so it's beautiful. I mean, the wind's blowing and it's raining, and I'm out here. And look at the beautiful olive tree behind me. You can see it. I've got 2 olive trees. There's another one there. It's like I'm in his tabernacle, and this is the latter day rain, and heaven is singing, and angels are praising and rejoicing because we have found truth, and the truth shall set you free. This is the end of my Father's teaching. I'm just a vessel. I just hope this touches your heart. The word oh my gosh, it's really raining now, it's beautiful. The word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my pathway. His commandments, his words are in my heart. I want to share it with the whole world, and the whole world is out there so hungry, so lost, so want to know the truth. Let you, Father, reign. Let him reign. Let him reign. So be it.